I just want to delve deeper into that. When you were working at the company, what sparked that interest in you to, sort of start this page?
So I struggled to save money, and I also didn't have a very clear picture of what I can achieve, how much money I can make. And I feel like I'm going to stuck at that job forever. And that time I just feel like, why not just try something out?
We didn't see huge growth in the first half year. It's just like on off there's a 1 to 2 viral content.
I think being a content creator is like a 24/7 job. Ever since we start running this page, we haven't stopped posting at all. And because he don't want me to just be the face, eventually I need to grow. So he will force me to write content on my phone. And that time I didn't get him. I feel like I did all this hard work, and then in the end you change my entire script. So you get burnt out very fast. I feel like I almost lose the friend already.
To me, right, when I brought her in, I already know this can be a business that can make money. Basically, when you find these two things matching together, is what you can give and what the market wants. Then it's impossible for you to not make money from doing this.
If it's possible, if you were to break down the path to which you were able to monetize your content to like 3 steps, what would it be?
I basically took just two philosophy for creating content. From my own point of view, is for someone that's just starting out, I would say don't think about passive income. It's as simple as that. Yeah, the easiest compounding machine in Malaysia is CPF. Yeah. If you're earning 10k per month, you probably can reach 1 point something million within 10 to 15 years.
Make sure that happiness is sustainable, not just happy for now and then you have to struggle again.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the 5th episode of Leaders Unlocked. Today I'm joined by HY and Guan, or you also may have heard of Doitduit. So HY and Guan, it's truly an honor to have you both on Leaders Unlocked. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting us.
No worries, it's a pleasure. So for those who are listening and who have not heard of Doitduit, how would you describe what you do and who you are?
We are a finance content creation platform. We are both finance content creator managing Doitduit. Yeah, so we make financial content very easy and digestible for everyone to, it's more entertaining finance content.
And HY and Guan, to understand you and how you've been able to create an anomaly that Doitduit has become, what do I need to understand about your earliest years, so your growing up years, where you came from, and how those years molded you into the person you both are today? So maybe you can start with you, HY.
I think I always introduce myself as a very average kind of person, meaning everything that I do, I cannot score like very well, but I'm average in everything and I don't know what I like. So I grew up in a very typical Asian family where your parents ask you to study anything, then you just follow. So I end up studying finance and continue my parents' business as a remiser. Yeah, so it's a stockbroker job where I handle their clients which are old clients. So my daily job was pretty boring. I just go into office, talk to all these old clients, give them advice.
You said it was an old man's club, right?
Yeah,
like
it's an old man's
club.
club.
More than 40 years old.
You cannot enter if you are below 60 years old. Yeah, so I feel like I was very miserable that time because, to be honest, we are both from Kedah. The pace there is pretty slow. But I couldn't do anything about it because I have to do the job. Yeah, because no one else is going to continue that. Yeah, so I was doing it, and that was before I joined Doitduit.
Okay. And what about your siblings? Are they also part of the family business, or?
That time my brother was
Studying. Okay.
Yeah, and then my sister, she's an auditor in EY that time.
Okay.
And I'm the only one that can talk to people in the family.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
That's why they think I'm the perfect fit for the job.
Okay. All right. Okay, and you go on?
I have two siblings.
Okay.
Two elder one.
Yeah.
And I'm the youngest in the...
Okay, wait. So also to just give some context for those of you who are listening and have heard of Doitduit before, you might have only seen HY on screen before, but so Guan is actually the other guy. So if you usually see the emojis, there's a seal and a watermelon. So the seal is HY and the watermelon is Guan. So I think before this, Guan couldn't be as active because in front of the screen because of your work, right? Conflicts of interest and stuff. But yeah, now thankfully I have the opportunity to have him on screen as well. But so a lot of what I'm hearing is for the first time as well. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the short summary. Basically, I started Doitduit late 2020. That time is just for my own personal sharing, and it's mostly infographic. After that, I joined a regulator company, and it's a bit sensitive to share what I share.
Okay, yeah.
So I just see around me my friends who can I work together, and there's no conflict of interest. And then I know that she has a license to do it, so I reached out to her to join the company per se, but that time no company yet. Sort of let her become the face of the company, and I just sit back a bit because of my job.
I just want to delve deeper into that. When you were working at the company, what sparked that interest in you to, sort of start this page, to start your own thing?
It started before I joined.
Okay. So why did you?
It started right after I graduated.
Okay.
So basically, I had around 2 months of free time waiting before my first job. After graduating, and then I was reading basically, and after you read, and then after you learn something, I feel like I want to share it. Yeah, so it just became a platform for me to share what I learned. Yeah, to journal the process.
The views and the engagement at that point, did that matter to you? Like how many likes you were getting when you were first posting, or you just wanted to get it out there because you enjoyed doing it?
I just wanted to get it out there, and then it didn't matter to me how much reach I had at time. But after doing it for a few months, it sort of just clicked to me how to create content that people want to watch, and also content that I enjoy doing. And that's the reason I find someone to join also, because I didn't want this page to stop. And I know when I find someone it need to be monetizable to be sustaining.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's the whole thought process behind.
Okay. So HY, I think on one of your podcasts, can't remember which one it was, might have been the Yamcha one. So you studied finance, right, in Sunway, and then you went to Xiamen University. And one of the things you mentioned was studying finance and practical finance is very different.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm quite a lucky person that I am born in a family that is above average. My parents are quite good at making money, but not saving and investing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a blood problem and a culture problem. So I struggle to save money, and I also didn't have a very clear picture of what I can achieve, how much money I can make, and my views are very limited, and I feel like I'm going to stuck at that job forever and not going to be rich. Might as well just marry someone that is rich. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like even if I do a part-time job, it's another maybe few thousand more. I couldn't picture what I can achieve. And then think of that, even after started to join the page, when he first tell me like what can we achieve, I don't believe in him at all. I feel like
Okay, I want to hear the story about how he pitched it to you. Like, or how did he tell you about it the first time?
kind of like forgot, but because of my job, I do have a lot of free time because that time is during MCO. It's not many clients can come into office also.
Right.
Yeah, so afternoon I normally work from home. I either sometimes I go and take nap, and I'm not a very active learner, and I'm not very interested in finance that time. It's just that because I study finance, it's just something that I do. Yeah, then I struggle with managing my own money. I struggle with basically everything in life. Like I was pretty anxious, and he know about it. So he asked whether I want to try filming videos very randomly, and I said yes. And I think I'm not his first option now. Yeah.
Okay.
But
And you didn't know about the page at that point, right?
I didn't
like he
know,
was doing it under the
Nobody
radar.
knows.
Okay.
He was keeping that
Wow.
to himself.
Yeah.
Only himself.
Yeah.
Nobody know about that. So that time I just feel like why not just try something out, and I feel like that's a place for me to step out of my comfort zone, even though the first few videos were pretty cringe. Yeah.
So earlier you were saying when he told you what you could achieve with this Doitduit platform, you said you couldn't believe it. What was it that he said? If you remember.
I don't really remember. I just feel like even if it's not making money, I'll learn something. I'll learn a new skill, be it just filming video or editing or finance. I'll learn something. So why not? But the journey was quite smooth. I feel like that part also very lucky. It's not like we don't have views after we posted. The whole journey to me was pretty smooth.
What do you mean by that? How so?
Meaning when we first posted a few videos, we saw the reach. So that's what pushes.
You were already getting like a few
Yeah.
hundred thousands views.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like it took very long for me to
Okay.
Not
get
few
the
hundred
reach.
thousand. At that time, I think it's just few hundred to
Few
few thousand.
Okay,
thousand. Yeah, but that time we actually get viral from TikTok first.
Yeah.
TikTok algorithm back then is like once they categorize us into education, and I remember we were hashtagging TikTok guru, education, something like that. Then we get the reach. Yeah, we started from there lah.
I think you mentioned you used to play all the trending BGMs and stuff for the
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
videos. Okay. I'm sure that anytime you start something, right? So you said you struggle with anxiety as well when you first started. But I think whenever, whether you start a new job or maybe you travel to a new country, you move abroad, or even you start a new business venture, right? There's usually a gap between who you are, what you know, and who you want to be, the person you need to be in order to gain the sort of audience that you want to gain. So I want to draw a chart. So if I were to draw a chart of your followers across time, what would that look like? So just don't need to write the timeline. I know you guys started in 2022, but just sort of as much as you remember.
I think it's
Okay. Because of how much of it was because of consistency, how much of it was because your content itself was actually getting better because your knowledge was actually getting better. If that makes sense. Or was it a bit of both?
to us I feel like it's more of consistency. Ever since we start running this page, we haven't stopped posting at all. I think we have at least one video per week. That's very important when you're doing content.
Yeah.
And knowledge-wise, yes, because like what we shared just now, I wasn't good in finance. To me, my personal knowledge also increased. Yeah. So back then, I was more like just a face. He was the idea behind.
The one scripting and
Yeah. I basically just read script, even though I understand. But if you want me to write the script alone independently, I couldn't do that before. Yeah. So I feel like knowledge-wise, I gained a lot. He never stopped reading. To us, yes, we try to bring more better content, and mainly because consistency. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think actually it's both lah. I would say you consistently post and consistently create content, and because we do that, and then we see growth, and when you see growth, you also don't want to let down the people that follow you, so you force yourself to
Right.
grow more. Yeah.
so like your audience gives you like that social accountability lah, right?
Yeah,
Because
so when I think the anxiety comes from when follower growth is faster than our personal growth, and there will be some anxiety there.
Yeah.
But there's no other way to just continue to solve it than just continue going.
so you're saying at the start in the initial stages there was a gap lah between the follower growth and your personal growth.
I wouldn't say so. I would say
For
at
him,
first,
no.
we always think that we are better as sort of like a leader.
Okay.
That we know we can give something that the market didn't have. That is why we started to do this. We just post lah, and the first half year, I would say there's no real huge growth. We didn't see huge growth in the first half year. It's just like on off there's a 1 to 2 viral content. Yeah, but that's like we are finding what the market want.
Right. And I know HY, you mentioned on one of the podcasts that it took 1 year to monetize, right? So you're doing a full year of free work. I think during the first year you're doubting yourself a lot. At times you were maybe breaking down and wondering if things will work. So talk me through that phase, more like the behind the scenes. Because a lot of people out there right now want to start content creation. They want to some want to be an influencer, some want to start a social media business. But it's easy to see at the surface level what you guys have achieved, and wow, like, okay, these guys are 150,000 followers, they're monetizing their brand and things like that. But what a lot of people overlook is what it took for you to get there and what it takes for you to maintain and continue growing. So I want to hear during that 1 year, what were the struggles like?
I think being a content creator is like 24/7 job. So after while having my full-time job, where I have to work, it gets busier in the morning lah. And then afternoon I have to film. And because he don't want me to just be the face, eventually I need to grow. So he will force me to write content on my own first, even though he know he would change the entire script. And that time I didn't get him. I feel like I did all this hard work and then in the end you changed my entire script. So I was trained in this way.
He's your mentor.
Yeah, and then I feel like I have to write, I have to film, and then I have to edit because he don't have time. But even though he's still the one that changed all the script, then he have to finalize the editing. Then sometimes I feel like when I edit the whole video, he changed everything. When I script the whole thing, he changed everything. So you get burnt out very fast. I feel like I almost lose the friend already.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it has been a whole year like that. Sometimes when the news got out and we try to want to post on the next day, we have to work until midnight, 3, 4, and then 8 morning we post. Because we feel like they are on the way to work, they will listen to our videos. Yeah, that's what we went through, and it's not monetizing. So I feel like what was I doing all this while? We struggle through that phase, and our posting time is 12 p.m.
Yeah.
I remember back then my whole family, they were so stressed. He will say I tend to transfer my stress to people around me.
Okay.
Now I get that because my family looks so stressed every time when I try to post a video. It's 12 in the afternoon where we
At this point, you're still in Kedah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So every time we have lunch together, but they will see my stressed face, shit face, trying to post the video, struggle with the cover page, a very detailed thing. Yeah, so I burn out very often that time. Yeah.
What about you, Guan? What was the process like before you guys started monetizing? What did the path look like for you?
To me, right, when I brought her in, I already know this can be a business that can make money.
How did you know that?
You just blindly believe in yourself, like you just know it.
Have you always had this level of self-confidence? I think I admire that about you.
Yeah, in a way, it's like that.
Okay.
And also, I feel like I said before finding her in, I already been doing this for I think almost 1 year plus. So I feel like I already know what the market wants, and I feel like I have what the market wants. And basically, when you find these two things matching together, it's like 2 circles, and then in between there's is what you can give and what the market wants. Then it's impossible for you to not make money from doing this.
Okay.
So that belief support me to continue.
And
Okay.
if I may ask, Guan, what was that thing that you had, and what was the thing that the market wanted? Just in like one line, what was it?
Basically, it's like what you see today. They want to learn, but they want to learn in a very entertaining way. Okay, and I feel like we can do this because whenever we share our own insights, these insights are not in the market. People didn't share it at all before us. So we have special insights, and I feel like we are humorous in our own way when creating content. So these two things can come together, and that's what the market wants.
Okay.
and finance stuff used to be very boring. So I feel like we can give something there lah, basically.
Okay.
But the first year is hard, like she shared, because you start without knowing
whether you will be successful.
I know we will be not successful. I know we
I like how there's like a yin and yang here.
I think the worry is he don't know when can we start monetizing and when can I tahan until that time.
The problem is when you can start monetizing. For me lah, it's not whether you can monetize.
Okay.
Yeah, because he know my goal was mainly still try to increase my income. Yeah, it's not just share, but his goal is to share even without income.
And just for context, at that point you were getting 3K, right? 3K a month when working for a family business?
Yep.
Okay.
And I think what sustained me that time during that period is the follower growth. Because if I see no growth and then there's no money, there's no reason for me to continue, right? So yeah, we are pretty blessed that the flow is growing, the response is very good, and yeah.
And also just to share some context, that time TikTok blew off first. So for TikTok, from 0 to 10-20K, I think it took around 1 year.
Oh wow.
But for Instagram, it didn't grow until very long time. I think TikTok started blowing off, I think in 2022.
Right.
But Instagram blew off, I think, in 2023, 2024.
Okay. And on TikTok and Instagram, you're posting every week?
Yeah, it's the same thing. We post the same thing basically.
Okay. No, but how frequently were you posting again?
One
Like
video
once
per
a
week.
week.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the frequency, that's the content that we push out every week. And at the same time, both of us has our full-time job. Yeah. And that time, we still post YouTube video. It's not just shorts lah. Yeah.
Okay, so right now, you talked about the follower growth was what was giving you the fuel, right, to keep going. So, but at the end of the day, if it's not in order to give anything like sustenance in the long term, it's being able to monetize it, right? So right now, I want to do another chart. How much you were earning with time, right? So it'd be interesting to see sort of that correlation between your time and your followers.
Should be like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember our first job was from Maybank.
Okay, yeah, I think you mentioned.
It's through agency. It's Maybank Gold. Yeah, and then the second one I couldn't remember already, but it was very inconsistent. Maybe we get one job in a few months, or was what happened back then. But when we get our first job, it's like super exciting lah. And until the second or third year, I also couldn't picture how much I can make. But yeah, we do see jobs start to come in when agency, they see you start posting content, they'll start to come and get a raise and then get jobs for you.
Wait, for those who are listening, what do you mean by agency?
It's social media agency.
Okay.
They get all this budget from maybe banks, all these big brands, and then they will try to find different KOLs, different content creators to blast the content. Yeah. So for ours, we get mainly finance related content.
The objective from the bank's point of view is what?
Sometimes it's awareness.
No.
It's more on their savings product. Maybe they have a new campaign for their FD.
Okay.
So when there's a campaign, only we
Understand.
get a job.
When
that
we say
was
the
where-
first job is from Maybank Mega, basically it's like their gold product.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just launched it that time.
Yeah, so whenever there's like this kind of new product,
Understand,
then they will
okay.
find this
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
But the first 2 years, remember the first 2 years we didn't get much job. It's like, one in a few months like that. But the first one actually came earlier than we thought, like the Mega one. That one gave us like a confidence boost. But then after that, then there's no job for a long time.
Yeah, but to us is we are very excited, not just because we get our first job, it's also because it's from Maybank. So it's realized it's very good for our branding. But on and off, we also receive a lot of fishy kind of job. Because if you are in finance field, right, maybe you get inquiry from crypto platform, unregulated platform. They feel like you are the one that can push this, so they offer very high incentives.
What was the biggest offer that you've turned down, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't really remember.
Normally the way it works is they will ask for your rate.
Okay.
But normally we don't even reply when
Yeah.
we receive
Okay.
this kind of inquiries.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't give you a price first. Yeah. So that's also the reason we don't know about the market rate at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how do you go about setting your own rates if you have sort of like no benchmark?
For us, it's more like testing. Whenever our followers grow, maybe a few thousand more or 10,000 more, we try to up our rate a little bit and see if the market accepts it. If not, then maybe we adjust. And also, we quote differently depending on brands, depending on what kind of products that they are trying to sell. Yeah.
And also mainly just for meeting other content creators and
Yeah.
just ask them what's their rate.
Yeah.
Because we have no idea how to charge. Yeah.
So are you guys familiar with the revenue that other content creators earn within the space? Or
Why? You have a rough picture.
Now-
what's the craziest amount that
It can up to figure, but then
a month?
sometimes they package themselves. It's not
Based
just.
Oh, like okay,
Yeah. Those is like maybe they have a few million.
6-figure per video.
Yeah, but the production level also have to be very high lah.
But that one
That's
is
crazy.
like
Yeah,
at
it's
level.
more like at level already.
Okay.
So they spend a lot on production as well.
There are
Yeah.
different types of content in the industry. It's like normal content creator content, and also there's like advertising type of content. Normally, if you go for advertising type of content, then it will be 6-figure. It's like easily 6-figure. But then again, your investment is also very very high lah. Like you need the studio, you need all the equipments, and then all this you need by yourself. So it's not profit 6-figure.
Understand.
Yeah, it's revenue.
The budget that they get lah.
Okay, and in terms of the other, so you said that's the advertising style, the content creation style. What's the difference between the two?
Content creation style, there's no standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's more of the approach that you guys adopt for now, or
It's more like you set your own price,
right?
and then whether
See if
people
the
want,
market accepts.
if the market accept.
Yeah.
So you can see huge difference in the pricing. So I would say there's no really a market rate out there. Yeah.
And in terms of content strategy, right? So I think a lot of people when they first start, so even though you had that confidence that you had something of value that the market was looking for, which is financial content provided in an entertaining way. But at the same time, I think typically for most businesses, with the exceptions of a few, I think with most businesses, the business model you first start in mind will not be the thing that works out, the stage, right? It's always reiterating. And it's a function of the interplay between, like your strategies and I guess your first few audiences and also your sponsors, like is it these three, right? In the landscape. So you showed me the two charts just now, how much you monetize your followers across time. How has your content strategy changed across that time as well?
I think we didn't change. We just try to increase more videos to post because eventually when you get more jobs, you want to post more of your organic content as well. You don't want all your videos to be just ads. So we have to do more content to keep the channel like how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's our strategy didn't change. It worked since day one. And if you notice our posting, because we post once a week, actually if you compare this to normal content creator, it's very very less. Normal short form content creator, they can create one video per day. That's like the standard if you want to become a full time. For us it's once a week. So you see now, even we have been doing this for more than 3 years already now. Our content is less than 300 or 400. So if you ask me, I think that's not very good. Actually, you can achieve more if you post more. Yeah, but for us, the thing is how to stay relevant. And another thing that we tried is the community meetup, the offline one. I think that's what differentiates us from the market.
Okay. So before, I want to touch down on financial management and investing, which is two topics you guys are very familiar with. I want to ask one more question on this topic of building a social media brand. So if it's possible, if you were to break down the path to which you were able to monetize your content to like 3 steps, let's say it was in a formula, right? And there are like 2 to 3 steps of the formula to get you to the point for any social media content creators out there to be able to monetize your content, what would they be?
If brands don't come and find you, you can reach out to them.
Okay.
Because I do see content creator with only maybe 1,000 to 2,000 followers. If you're a lifestyle creator, then maybe you reach that. There's quite many track posts. They're looking for this small scale KOL. Maybe they will give you product and then you review. That's where you get your first job, expose yourself out there, or you try to post more organic content so brands can see you. Yeah, and you have to have your own identity.
Okay. How did you both go about building Doit's identity? Like, what was the idea behind it? Like, we want to make it like this, and we're not going to diverge from it.
Our brand is quite simple. It's your investing friend. How this idea came about is basically we wanted to find a tagline for ourselves for the beginning of each video. There's an introduction to yourself, and we just discussed through WhatsApp, and then it just came to us this tagline, and we just all into this branding.
But I feel like it's also very alike with our character because we don't like to be categorized as guru, as someone who is a level above anyone. Yeah, we feel like that's how we connect with everyone. Right. That's also how we build the community.
Right.
Yeah, and also we already said that we won't be opening class or any type of class courses since day one. Actually, the fastest way to make money is to sell courses and sell digital products, but there's the path that we already said that we won't go there.
How come?
So the whole branding, because we just don't want to.
And
we don't feel like being a guru also.
Yeah, and our whole main purpose of doing all this is we want to make it easy, digestible for everyone to consume our content, and also it should be at a very affordable price. It shouldn't be a very expensive thing to learn basic finance, personal finance.
I love that, yeah.
So we didn't go that way.
Okay.
Basically, just two philosophy for creating content. From my own point of view, is for us is your identity, which ours is your investing friend. The second one is, which I always tell her, maybe she don't agree or what, but is don't create content that shocks and type of content. Basically, is to always create value for other people and never.
What's an example of a shocks and type of content?
Okay, let me give you a very simple example. There are many people that celebrate when they hit 100k or 10k or 20k. I feel like this is a short and type of content. But I also see why they share it, because it's just happy and they not share it. But I think for our content wise, we never do that, even, and also because our volume is very low. We post once a week. I don't want to waste that quota on this type of content.
Understand.
I think we're more like we want to make sure every content that we posted away, they will have something to take back home.
There's value for the audience.
Not just be happy on our own.
Don't create content that just shocks and read. At least that's our mantra.
Okay, no, that's amazing. Okay, now I want to touch on starting a business, right? Just this one thing that I think HY you mentioned again on your podcast was that you said before you start earning or start your own business, the most important thing is to have the correct mindset or attitude. And there's 2 things you mentioned. So one is don't be afraid of changes, and the other thing is you need to this one I love this, right? You need to productize yourself. You need to know how much you're worth and learn how to sell yourself. How does one go about thinking, like, okay, obviously first they need some years of experience. They need to know what their strengths are, what their value is, what they bring to the table. But at that point, how do you sort of gauge, okay, I'm worth 5k a month, 10k a month, and then how do you go about selling yourself, if that makes sense?
For me, it's more like I know where we are standing at, and I know what we can offer to our clients. So sometimes when our clients try to sell the product in their own way, I will tell them no, our audience don't like this. Because and we actually sometimes client insist one, and they'll end up getting a bad response video. We already proved that. It's more like we use our track record to tell them what we can offer and why you should let us do this. Yeah, so I think if you have been doing content for quite a while, you should be able to know your own unique point and how to sell that unique point, how to package it.
Okay, but maybe for people, just more general advice to people who are starting their own business or even employees. Going back to what you said, you need to know how much you're worth, you need to productize yourself and then learn how to sell yourself. Whatever they do in order to earn income, whether it's their own business or an employee, how did they go about thinking about that? Because I think it's a lot of people these days, it's easy for them to settle, right?
I think it's more asking yourself, why are you different from the others? And your own competitive advantage. Yeah, how should I describe this?
I think to me it's still the same. It's just create value for others.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
tell-
simple as that. It's just as simple.
It's more like you tell your clients, whoever your client is, you tell them what problem can you solve.
Yeah, it goes back to the philosophy of don't create short scenery content. If you want to productize yourself, you want to become an identity, then you need to be a solution provider. And every message, every video that you do, you just try to solve one problem of your client. And when you think like this, you will start creating content that think from their point of view instead of your point of view. It's as simple as, let's say you are selling a let's say a camera. Instead of selling a camera, then you will teach them how to take picture. It's not like I'm selling you a camera. It's
Right.
like I teach you how to take picture.
Okay.
Then you will want to buy a camera.
Understand.
It's like
Okay,
the
okay.
mindset switch.
Yeah. So buying the camera is more of an afterthought. First, it's the
Don't
value.
sell the product, but you sell the outcome.
Okay. Oh no, I love that. Okay. Amazing. Okay, let's talk about financial management, right? So one thing you guys talk about, a general advice is people should focus on active income at the early stages of your career. And then first step is focusing on building your 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. So maybe you can give more context around these two things.
For me, I think my advice can apply to everyone because I'm someone that, even though I'm in the finance space, but I don't like numbers. So for me, I always roughly estimate how much I need and what should I do about it. It's like 3 to 6 months for you. If you are spending 2 to 3K every month, then you save this. To be safe, you save 6 months lah. It's not that emergency will happen, but it's just to give you a peace of mind when you start to invest or in case anything happens.
Sediakan payung sebelum hujan lah.
Sorry?
You guys know the saying? Sediakan payung sebelum hujan.
Yeah. It's more that the main purpose is to prevent emergency, but I think the main thing that we are trying to say is you'll be less emotional when you already know there's a safety net there. So when you invest, you have the peace of mind lah. Yeah.
Where you go on, at what point should one pivot their focus from, okay, I've already built up this active income, maybe right now there's a ceiling, now I can focus on building a passive income. What would that point be?
I always think that, okay, let me go back a few steps back. When, I think during COVID time, there's a concept called FIRE, very famous. Financial Independence Retire Early movement.
Okay.
Okay, so this FIRE movement is very famous in Malaysia also. And among the finance community, there's a very famous game called the envelope challenge or something like that. So basically you need to save 1 ringgit today, 2 ringgit, 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit, 20, 50. It's like you double up every time.
Okay.
Cash and put in the envelope.
How often is this?
I think when I first started Doitduit, it's like that. All in the finance space, everyone is doing this.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but the 1 ringgit, 2 ringgit, 5 ringgit, you're saving that like once a week?
No, it's like every day.
Every day,
It's
okay.
your challenge to.
So today I save 1 ringgit, tomorrow I save 2.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just double,
Okay.
and then it's keep saving lah. And then the other thing is the FIRE movement. So in the FIRE movement is actually started by high income people with that are working in tech that want to retire early. But then it moved to Malaysia, it became like you are earning low income, but you still want to aim for fire. So it became a very weird thing, as in people are sharing how they save money by being frugal. Okay? And then same thing with this envelope. You are very happy about the small money that you can save. Basically, you are celebrating savings, which I think in Malaysia is not so applicable because I feel like Malaysia, our income is low enough. The first thing that you should focus on is always to increase income first, active income. And the threshold that I think everyone should aim for is at least 10K per month, minimum.
Why do you say 10K?
Because it's just an easier number to strive for. In Malaysia, the average I think is around the median is around 5K.
Yeah.
The median salary. Average maybe higher as 7 to 8K. Meaning more than half or even more than 60 to 70% of the people don't earn 10K per month. If you earn a very low income, what you can ultimately save is you save the balance from your low income. It's very hard for you to achieve high net worth in the end. So that's why in Malaysia you see people, they always, in the end, they go for high risk, high return type of investment because with your small income, you can only bet on getting a huge return. I think that's the philosophy behind. So basically, you just find ways to increase your active income. It doesn't necessarily need to come from your own work, as in your own job. It can be from doing other things. As in, let's say we do 2 jobs for us, and we start a side business. It can be, just all these things, or you learn a higher paying job skill. So that's the mindset. I think aim for higher income first, then only think about investing and all. Because the thing is, investment, if you can make 10 to 15%, it's actually very good already every year. But 10 to 15% for a 5,000 investment is 500 to 600 ringgit. It doesn't make a big difference. But if you have a 100K, 500, 1 million, 1 million capital, then that's different. Yeah.
I feel like we're not saying that you shouldn't start invest when you're doing all this. You can invest, but it don't need to be your main focus. You don't need to focus on making money through investing. Even for us until today, we are still focusing on our active income.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe just to summarize, right? When you want to invest, you always look for return on investment. And people always think that investment is on assets only, but actually you can invest in yourself. That one is the highest return one. You always focus on the highest return one, then only you go to other, then you only look at the lower return option. So the highest return one is always yourself. When do you start looking for other investment is when you feel like you learn one more skill, your increase maybe just from 20K to 21K. Then you can look for then you can look for other investment.
For those who are listening, right, whether they're an employee or starting out their own business, it's hard to give maybe a one size fit all sort of advice or like skill. But maybe for you guys, what do you think was the best investment in terms of skill that you guys made yourself?
For us, keep learning and improving. And when whatever field that you're in, when you improve yourself, meaning that you can offer more to people, more to audience, more to clients. And if you're working 9 to 5, you want to improve yourself and see what other problems that you can solve for the company. I think that's the general idea, so that you deserve more pay. But if you're not making an impact, how can you increase your income, right?
For me, it's quite simple. At that time, we focus on content creation as our side business. When we start this business, we know nothing about editing, we know nothing about scripting, we know nothing about designing posters, we know nothing about what people like to watch. All these are skills that we build on ourselves. So yeah, it's simple as that. 6-7 years ago, we know nothing about investing also. So basically, all these are built from zero.
And the community.
And all these, we just invest in ourselves. Basically, it's simple as that. So it doesn't apply to everyone because not everyone want to be a content creator. So you just find things that can give you the highest return, and you are happy doing it. You just keep on reinvesting in the same thing. Yeah, it's simple as that.
I think, HY, you mentioned this before, and I like this framework of thinking. As an employee, one thing you should ask yourself, if you were to leave tomorrow, would the operations of the company be disrupted?
Yeah.
Obviously, at a more junior level, it's hard to say like, okay, they wouldn't be able to operate, but I think I like that framework of thinking.
Yeah, I think what we are trying to promote is what kind of problem you can solve for other people. Yeah. And I wouldn't encourage anyone to start content creation full-time straight if you don't have that safety net. And if, for us, if you, maybe I add on to what I shared just now, what motivates me to continue. It's not just motivation, it's also because I still have that full-time job to support me. So I can still feed myself. It's not like I don't have income. So if you don't have that part of income, you get anxiety very easily, right? You feel very insecure. Even right now, we are out of our full-time and we're running Doitduit full-time. It felt, to be honest, it felt a bit insecure that I don't get paid every month anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Just keep working.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do have a few other incomes also, so I'm trying to like do anything. And I have a personal Instagram page where I also recently tried to start from a very small content creator, and get like lifestyle kind of job.
I think that's great. As one of your members, like, it's easy for one to think that, you guys are doing really well with this Doitduit and stuff, and this is the only thing you're working on. But actually behind the scenes, you're still working overtime and still doing other things as well. So I think it's a testament to how dedicated you guys are as well. It's not easy to, you're not just running Doitduit, you're running a few things at the same time. You're still able to bring the value to your audience and to viewers. Guan, so going back to the earning, right, the active income, so you said reaching around at least 10K a month. And then you can start focusing on building your passive income. But what are the avenues for that? How do you go about, okay, I've already maybe maxed out, hit the ceiling with my level of experience on how much I can earn from my active income. I'm earning around 10K. How should I start to look at investing in the stock market? What type of assets should I look at?
I want to clarify that I don't think 10K is the ceiling.
Okay.
I think 10K is the starting point.
Okay.
Yeah, so 10K might be a ceiling for many Malaysians, but actually you can go far, far, far beyond. If you are satisfied with 10K, then you can go for, there are a few ways for you to generate passive income. But to generate passive income, you need capital first. 10K is a good cash flow for you to build capital. Okay. So in Malaysia, cash generating asset, there are quite a few options for you. The first risk-free one is EPF, but that one has a max cap of 100K per year. The next best one is ASM. Okay, ASM is around 4 to 6%, and then FD or digital banks, they're paying like 3 to 4%. So all of these are risk-free. So if you go higher risk, then you'll be money market funds. Money market funds, then you'll be around 4% to 6% if you look at Vibu right now. But the most famous one is like 4%-ish. So that's money market fund. Also very low risk, but not risk free. And then you can go higher and higher. You'll be dividend stocks, or it can be property, or it can be REITs. Then only you'll be ETF. Yeah, you just go.
So for someone who's just starting out?
Someone that's just starting out, I would say don't think about passive income.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
But even if they feel like they're satisfied with their active income, let's say more than 10K.
Okay, let's say you are more than 10K.
Let's say 20.
Okay, let's say 20.
Yeah.
Okay. If you feel like you hit your maximum capabilities, then maybe you can think about passive income. If you didn't feel like you hit your maximum capabilities yet, I would say don't think about passive income. Or maybe you're satisfied. That means you don't have high demand in life, which is good. Then this type of people, I would say, most likely they are more suitable for the lower risk one, because they don't want a lot. Those that want a lot, normally they'll go for higher risk type of investment. But if you are satisfied with your life, then you just go for the
Conservative
easiest compounding machine in Malaysia is CPF. Yeah. If you are earning 10k per month, you probably can reach the withdrawal limit is 1 point something million, 1.3 I think, or 1.4. Within 10 to 15 years, if you earn more than 10k already, it's not hard to achieve that.
I think it's interesting about your emphasis on focusing on building your active income. I think a lot of people, they have this goal that, I want to grow my passive income until my passive income can replace my active income. There's still a lot of room for them to build their active income. So I like your perspective on, because it's a steady source of income, right? It's not a business where at the first few years it's going to be inconsistent. Whereas for this is steady income, and if you can max out your steady income and like getting, let's say, like 10 to 20, that's already
Because I feel like at this stage of life, it's easier for you to increase your active income more than increasing your passive income with that little capital. Yeah, so at our age,
Understand.
that's why we should focus more.
So focus on building your savings, your starting capital, so that when you invest, the returns are actually more tangible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, there's a philosophy that I live with is the first 30 years of your life, you focus on learning. The second 30 years, 30 to 60, you focus on yourself. And the last 30 years, you focus on giving. Okay?
I love that.
So, the first 30 years, learning, and the second 30 years, focus on yourself. All this is to build your active income. I always think like that. So I would say if you are satisfied at 30 years old already, then what is next for the rest of the 60 years? Maybe you should find something that you enjoy doing instead of money only.
I love that. Learning, focus on yourself, and then giving. Another thing I want to touch on is, so you talked about the asset classes by risk, right? So the first few is your fixed deposit, EPF, ASB, and then what was the other one? Money market fund, and then you got your dividend stocks, REITs, property. So I want to talk on property, right? I've noticed a lot of my friends, a lot of people these days, they don't focus on getting a property as an investment necessarily, but they want to own a house. Right, a lot of people, and I think most of my friends are Chinese. So a lot of my Chinese friends, I think within Chinese culture, owning a house is like a sign of like a security and things. So a lot of people want to own a house even in their 20s. What is your advice on that? Buying a property?
No advice. If you love it, then
Just buy. If you feel more secure to
have a
to
house.
have your own house, then just buy. But don't buy overpriced house. Yeah. Overpriced as in Econ's definition is don't buy above medium price. It's as simple as that. Let's say the surrounding per square feet is 1,000 per square feet. Then you don't buy 1,100, don't buy 1,200. You just buy 1,000 or below 1,000.
Okay.
How do you get all this data? You go to BRICK Jack Brick Stock, right? Then you get all the real-time transaction data. Not real-time, the real transaction data. Other than that, do what you're happy with your money.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't overspend. You budget, then you spend.
Make sure that happiness is sustainable, not just happy for now and then you have to struggle again.
And just budget a bit for your renovation.
One thing you spoke about before, HY, is cash flow is more important than cash. So you use the example, I think, getting a loan to buy a car or something. Maybe you can talk about that, like, having liabilities and, getting a mortgage or buying a car. So let's say you're getting a car at a good rate, like below 50K, and you're able to buy it with cash. When should you decide between, okay, borrowing money to purchase something and to buy it with your own money?
For me, if the cash, you have 50K cash, if you put into EPF, it's like easily 5% return, right? If the car loan interest is below that, then it makes no sense for me to pay fully cash. Unless you're someone that you really don't like liability, then yeah, you go for it. But if you know you can make better return and it is safe, no risk on low risk, then why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't take personal loan
Yeah.
Okay.
and credit card.
Why?
Why? Because the interest is 10 to 18%. That interest rate is already higher than most investment that you can get. Unless you have a business idea that can make you 100% return in 1 year, 2 years, then you can consider. But I would say
It's a very high risk.
if you need that money with a personal loan or credit card, you most likely will
In a
not
very
succeed.
bad shape, yeah.
Because you put yourself in a position where you will be very anxious. You'll be very,
You cannot sleep at night.
You cannot sleep at night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've learned from you guys that I love is you should invest an amount where you can still go to bed at night and sleep
Yeah.
peacefully. I
But
think
because
that,
everyone's numbers is different.
Yeah,
Everyone have
definitely.
different life to live.
so let's say if you guys had, each of you, right, if you had 100K of savings, how would you spend them? How much would you spend? How much would you invest? Maybe HY, you go first.
Maybe I'll use 10 to 20K to travel, the rest I'll put into investment.
Okay, and in terms of investments, how would you say that 80K? How would you allocate it into different investments? Because I assume you wouldn't put all into just stocks, right?
For me, my one is quite straightforward. I either put in money market fund or stocks. So I won't go in one lump sum lah.
Okay.
I will go into ETF, go into individual stocks.
And what about gold and bonds and things like that?
Because bond, I think the minimum investment in Malaysia is 250K.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think I can tolerate higher risk one, and I'm more familiar with individual stock and ETFs since I'm in this field, right? And gold, I'm not familiar with. Yeah.
So someone who has been investing into ETFs regularly, so they've been doing DCA, and they're ready to just focus on picking a few stocks. How should they go about investing in their first few stocks? Just like a general framework.
Individual stock.
Yeah.
Pick the company that you can understand.
Okay. So like you would advise against like following the trend, like okay, their friends are buying this, okay, let me buy. So okay.
For us, it's more like if you are investing in the company for long term, right? You want to believe that the company can grow, and you want to understand the business truly, so that you know how far they can grow. Yeah, it's quite straightforward and simple.
Just to summarize, like how to stock pick, our framework is find a business with competitive advantage, find a business with good management that you can trust, buy at a fair price. Yeah, simple as that.
And how do you go about determining that fair price?
Fair price, basically, if you truly understand a business, you would have a sense of how much it is worth. If you don't have a sense of how much it is worth, that means you don't understand the business. Yeah.
I think it should be buy below the fair price. You got margin of safety.
And for you, Guan, how would you spend 100K?
It's more or less the same. I would say this 100K exclude my emergency fund. Then it will be maybe 10 to 20% on learning. Like right now, I'm interested in AI. Then it will be just all in on AI. And then the remaining money you just invest in stocks. Yeah.
You buy a Sunway Lagoon annual pass.
You go Sunway Lagoon a lot?
Yeah.
You do? Oh. Nice. I actually haven't been there in a while. No, but I like that. I think a lot of people would rather spend on, rewarding themselves rather than investing themselves. Like 10 to 20K, like you said, investing into learning. I would say most people wouldn't do so. They would rather spend the 10, 20, they pay a down payment for a car or for a house or something like that. But yeah, I think I do agree that, the best investment you can make is the investment you make in yourself. Have you guys always been like this? Like whether it's your business, whether it's yourself, you're not afraid to like spend more money?
What do you mean by not afraid?
Like, okay, so I know your first capex for for Doitduit was a Sony ZV-1 or something, right? Was it
Yeah.
that? Yeah. So it's just like things like that, and I know you had to convince Guan to buy it, but it's eventually he was convinced. But just things like that, whether it worked out or not, there's only one way to find out for you to, I guess, to buy it in the first place. So I guess for me right now, I'm just using my phone. I've had a few friends tell me like maybe at Sharvin you should get a camera so that better quality, better production value, and I guess I can better production value. I can gain more viewers as well as like oh. But how do you sort of go about developing that mindset to like, okay, it doesn't matter if I lose or not. What's more important is, you know, it's good to invest in myself.
For us, it's because we know the reason that we grow until today is not because of the video quality, it's more on the content. So content is always our main focus. Video quality is second. Definitely we want to improve our video, but it's not the priority. That's why we use our iPhone to film. I think from 2022 to 2023, a whole year, I'm only using my iPhone 12. Yeah, it was like burn. My iPhone is always on fever. Yeah, until we invested in Sony ZV-1, which is a failed investment, but okay, it's for my personal use now. And
You're
then,
still using it?
yeah,
You still
I'm
have it,
using
okay.
it just for my own own purpose, and then we invested in DJI. I think that's a very worth investment because we use it almost every day. It just replaced my phone now because the quality is also much different.
Have you guys heard of Andreessen Horowitz? The VC fund based in the US now, it's quite big. So they launched a new media team. So I saw this post on LinkedIn. They said for the longest time, the model was to build a product, raise capital, and then use that capital to buy an audience or ads, right? Whereas right now, times have changed. You know, people are building in-house creative studios and training storytellers, focusing on storytelling because the new model is building an audience first. So not building a product, building an audience, so a media, building trust with the audience, so a community, and then letting that community tell you what to build, that product. And then this is something that's happening right now. Is this something that you guys can resonate with? Have you seen creators around you adopting this business model?
I think there are two ways to look at this. The first category is content creators that start to sell products. And the second type is product developers that want to build a community. I think these two types are different business. The starting point is different. For content creators like us that sell product or we want to build a community is to make our business more sustainable. So, but for product developers that build a community and then build a product to sell to this community, then they already have a product or a prototype or an idea. Then they just want to use the community to spread. Yeah, so because this one is like in-house marketing, it's free advertising for your own product basically. So it depends on which category you are in. Yeah, so for product sellers that you want to create a community to sell, I would say it's cheaper, but it's not easier. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Let's say the Malaysia most successful one is doitduit. They have a product and then they build a community around their product and they sell it. How many doitduits do you have? The other example would be Tiger. So is these people, they have a good sense of storytelling and then they build a community. But it's not immediately monetizable. So it depends on your patience.
So in terms of having built your own business, you started out with first Guan and then the two of you, and then you expanded. Now you have around three. Okay. You guys know Stephen Bartlett, right? So he has this YouTube channel called Behind the Diary where he gives more in-depth into how he runs his team and stuff. And he said this one thing that I like. He said, everything you want to accomplish is accomplished the moment you're able to not do it. Like you're able to outsource it because then you have the freedom to make the decision if you want to do it or work on something else. So like you said, when you guys first started, you're doing the scripting, editing, filming, posting everything yourself. So for anyone running their own business, at what point of their business growth should they start to look at hiring?
When your time can be better spent elsewhere. For us, it's like we spent a lot of time editing last time, which, since that we already know how to edit, but we know that time we can spend to create more content. That's the time where you should outsource your editing.
Yeah, I think everyone always has one, they call it unfair advantage of yourself. So find that unfair advantage. Let's say for me will be on the analysis side. For her will be the storytelling side. And it is best that you keep on improving your unfair advantage and then let other people do things that they are not so good at. Yeah, so that's the...
Okay. So don't try and be good at everything. Focus on what you're good at, find out what it is, and then focus, doubling down on that.
I think as a business owner, maybe you have to be familiar with everything, you know how to do everything so that you won't be controlled by anyone or anyone that you hire. But knowing how to do it doesn't mean that you'll have to do it.
Okay. So HY and Guan, we have a closing tradition on this podcast where the last guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who they'll be leaving it for. So the question is, how have you leveraged AI to create more value in the work that you do?
I've been reflecting on this recently. I feel like AI is like a partner to help me brainstorm everything recently. So sometimes I run out of idea, I'll just talk to Gemini, ChatGPT, and it gives me more idea instead of give me an answer. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Guan?
AI help a lot in my research, the process of analysis. Because last time I used to read 40 years of annual reports just to count in one article.
Wow.
Now I just feed everything into Good LM and I get a summary of
You used to read 30 to 40 years.
the
Oh
whole
my
history,
God.
like depends
Wow.
on how long the company is. Then you can read the summary first, have an idea. Yeah, basically it shortened the process a lot. Yeah, we still use AI for all this stuff. I look forward to the day when AI can automate a lot more things so that...
Like AGI, right?
Not
That'd be
really
AGI
AI
now.
yet, because I prefer it to solve, let's say, our accounting problem.
Okay.
This
Okay.
kind of very specific
Yeah.
request, they can just do it instead of we still need to manually do it. I believe that's not so far away. Yeah. But for now, it's like for her, it's more to brainstorming. For me, it's more like it's the data. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, thank you both, HY and Guan, for coming into the podcast. If others want to find out more about you and Doitduit and what you guys do, where can they find out about you on Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay.
We're more active on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Soon to be.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, they have an offline community. It's not a paid ad, but I've been a loyal member of. So if you're keen on leveling up your financial knowledge, definitely recommend investing in yourself by becoming a member. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for coming on.
Okay, thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you. Took a bit long, but no, thank you. It was fun.
Session.
Thank you. Have a good one.